Hey friend, Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review. And like I've been saying, I'm going to try something a little bit different with my babblings. Maybe keep these a little bit shorter so I can get a few more of them out. I tend to only do a couple a week on the reviews. I don't want to overwhelm people with a bunch of stuff that doesn't get viewed and watched or listened to or whatever. But there's a few this week, which is surprising because this year's been really rough with the releases. And this is one. I wasn't going to do the review on this one, and I'll explain in a minute, but I decided and changed my mind because I want to give people an idea of what this actually is. And what I'm already babbling about is Chrissie Hynde Duets, Duets Special, I guess it's called, Chrissie Hynde Pals. So if you like what I have to say about this, and you like the style of thing, like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because I love Chrissie Hynde. I love to keep hearing her do more stuff. Ready for another Pretenders album. I know they just had one a couple years ago, but ready for another one. So when I saw this was coming out, I was kind of excited. I've gotten a couple of her solo things before, but I didn't realize until after I was reading up on this that I missed one along the line. And this one caught me really off guard. And this is the reason I said I wasn't going to do this one, because when you think Chrissie Hynde, I remember back when I first was listening to early Pretender stuff. And it's funny because you remember hearing Brass and Pocket on the radio all the time. I didn't really care for that song. But when Learning to Crawl came out and they played Middle of the Road, for whatever reason, that song just reached out and grabbed me, and then I had to get everything. And I just been a big fan ever since. Even the solo albums that she has done, although there was the one I missed. Apparently she did one back in 2019, which was a bunch of jazz music, and I don't remember seeing anything about that one. Somehow, it's hard to keep track of all this stuff. I missed that one. So when this came out, I was expecting, duets in a rock fashion. These songs are anything but that. So when I first started listening to it, I was like, what am I listening to? It's very laid back. It's covers. I think they're all cover songs. If they're not, let me know. Correct me in the comments, because that's what this is all about. There's no right, no wrong. This is just my opinion of things. And if you're going into this thinking it's going to be a Chrissie Hynde rock album, because some of the guests in here kind of rock, it's not that at all. This is very laid back, almost jazzy-ish. Although there's a little bit of a country feel to a couple of these songs, but still mellow. And there's a few that actually, when I went back and listened to it, knowing what it was, really enjoyed. A few of them still didn't care for afterwards. But the funny thing is, me and Mr. Jones, me and Mrs. Jones, excuse me, with Katie Lang on it. I don't know. That song didn't do much for me. I just thought I was listening to I don't know, early jazz type stuff, and that's not my cup of tea at all. Then we had the Can't Help Falling in Love with Mark Lanegan on it, which I love Mark Lanegan's voice. It's Elvis. The song's been done 100 times or more, so it was cool hearing him sing with her. However, I wish they'd just done a different song. This one I hadn't heard a million times, although it was still good. It was really good. And the one that, probably my favorite one on the whole thing here, is Sway with Lucinda Williams. It has this really cool, and I want to say country, but it's even more a bluesy, countryish feel to it. Really gritty. Really dig that. That was really cool. From that point on, not a whole lot for me was really amazing, although there were some cool moments here and there, and I have to admit, I'm not really familiar with a lot of these people. We had Dolphins, didn't know that song with Dave Gann. Don't know him. Not my cup of tea. Song was decent. I don't know anything about it though. And then there's a couple in here like First Gang to Die with Cat Power. Also same type of thing there. Another one I thought was actually really interesting that I did really enjoy. It was Always on My Mind. I know it's another Elvis song. Heard it 100 times. I'm more familiar with the Willie Nelson version of it. This has Rufus Wainwright on it. I guess is one of the reasons she wanted to do this, because she wanted to do a duet with Rufus Wainwright. This song's actually really cool, so I can see why this would inspire her to do this. That was really a cool little song. Then we got a few more people I'm not familiar with at all. Carleen Anderson and Brandon Flowers doing Every Little Bit Hurts and I'm Not in Love. Decent. Like I said, not anything upbeat at all. These are all laid back. Everything on here is really laid back. Julian Lennon with It's Only Love, which I thought was a cool little thing, you know, doing a Beatles thing with a Beatles offspring. So that was a neat little thing to do. I'm not super familiar with Julian's work, don't really listen to it much, but it was nice to hear it anyway. And then we got Debbie Harry on Try to Sleep, which is just amazing. She's out there still doing it. I think they're working on a new album, if I'm not mistaken, too. Blondie, that is. Can't wait to hear that one. So that was a cool little thing. Country Line was also another surprise song to me. I didn't know it at all. I don't know the artist she did it with, Alan Sparhawk, but it was still a cool little song. The last two, didn't care for it too much. Love Letters with Shirley Manson, not a big Garbage fan. Shirley's got a cool voice. She's actually got a really nice voice, so it was nice hearing that part of it. The song itself just didn't do a lot for me. And then You're My Sole Inspiration with Dan Auerbach, also somebody I'm not familiar with, or the song. So it was interesting. Some of it I really enjoyed. I actually really enjoyed some of these. Most of it was just kind of a sleeper album for me. Probably won't go back and listen to it. But the reason I'm doing this is because there may be some other people in the same boat as me. Went into it thinking it was one thing and completely different. If you're into that type of stuff, this is going to be an amazing album. You're going to love it. Her voice is very soulful and soothing. I love Chrissie's voice. She actually sings very lightly, even in the rock songs, and it's that weird dynamic she has even with the rock stuff. So when she's singing this mellow songs with her style of singing, it actually works really well for that. So give her that. Production's great. Can't fault that at all. It just wasn't my cup of tea mainly, although there were a few little sprinkles here and there that I really did enjoy. So anyway, that's my quick little rundown. Feel free to comment. I mean, you can disagree with me completely, which is fine. It's all just opinions. Like I said, I don't understand I'm doing this in case somebody went into this thinking it was something different than what it is. But anyway, until the next rock album, the next Pretenders album, I will be ready and waiting in line for that one. So until then, we will see you.